Sir. Good evening, respected dignitaries, District 116 and Division A leaders, club officers, Toastmasters, and my dear friends. I am Giridhar, your Sergeant at Arms today for today's education module, Ignite Brilliance session number 2. It's my privilege to welcome each one of you to this remarkable learning experience where we come together to ignite our brilliance and elevate our skills as communicators and leaders. At Toastmasters, our mission guides everything what we do. We build new clubs and support all clubs in achieving excellence. Please remember that our discussions and speeches steer clear of sex, religion, and politics, in keeping with Toastmasters' commitment to a safe and inclusive space. To make this online session smooth and enjoyable for everyone, please rename yourself as role name dash your name. Example, Division A Director dash Nivedita Ketkar. Please keep your microphones muted unless if you're speaking or if you want to give some feedback. Please keep your cameras on whenever possible for better interaction. Stay in a quiet place with stable internet connection. This session is recorded. Please avoid personal screenshots. We are grateful for presence of our district leaders, guest trainer to DTM Vicky Ferrer, Division A Director, Area Directors, Club Officers, Role Players, and enthusiastic members who joined us today to enrich their learning journey. Your support makes session like this possible. Now, we are all settled, let's get ready to learn, grow, and have a meaningful session together. It's now my honor to hand over the proceedings to the dynamic lady who served as many positions in Toastmasters as well as the outside Toastmasters in many reputed organizations within Qatar like Maratha Maratha Club and Bharati. There is a social cultural associations, and though it is just 5 years, she has seen many awards she has received and triple crowns, whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome our Division A Director, DTM Nivedita Ketkar, to take this session further. DTM Nivedita, the virtual screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Giridhar, for this warm introduction and starting this session on a very meticulous way with all the instructions and setting the tone. Thank you so much, our Area 30 Director, Toastmaster Giridhar. I am Toastmaster Nivedita Ketkar, and I would like to welcome all of you to this second session, Ignite Brilliance Educational Series. I would like to acknowledge the presence of DTM Vicky Ferrer, who is going to be our trainer for today. I would like to welcome all our area directors, club leaders, and all my fellow members to this training session. I welcome you all. And it is my honor to open this special meeting. I declare the meeting open. Now, we all know that as members, we all Toastmaster members, we join Toastmasters to learn. And every member here has some reason to join Toastmasters. And what I always feel is they stay in Toastmasters because the club provides that valuable service to meet their individual needs. So there are many high quality clubs which are filled with energetic members, and there are also some officers who put in the best practice to work. Those are the quality clubs. And I also, in my these years of my experience with Toastmasters, I felt that a quality club environment is the single most important factor in membership retention as well. And that is the reason for selecting this topic for our TLI session. And I'm sure that it would be an eye-opening session by our distinguished trainer, which we have today. I'm looking forward to that. Now, let me just add here that we had a change in our TLI chair, and now our TTM Namrata Taude is our TLI chair for Division A, and she has started her term with this very appropriate training session. So thanks to her for facilitating this training session for all of us. Thanks to our TLI chair. And now, let me introduce that person who is going to take this meeting forward. She is a dynamic Toastmaster and who I have seen in various innovative ways to lead. She is currently serving as Area 3 Director in Division A. So please join me to welcome Toastmaster Kezia Sadiwa, who will take us through this meeting this evening. Toastmaster Kezia, the virtual screen is yours. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Division A Director. Am I audible? Oh no, I think I'm not audible.
Hello, good evening. Am I audible? Can I see some thumbs up?
Yes,
Yeah, you are audible.
yes, you are.
Yes.
Okay. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Before anything else, allow me to have some pulse check. May I speak to Toastmaster Yatika? Yatika Tripathi? Are you there, Toastmaster Yatika?
Yes, I'm there.
Hello. So, let me ask you, are you in Doha?
Yes,
Are you?
I'm very much in Doha.
Oh, okay. So, how are you feeling right now?
Yes, looking forward.
You're looking forward. Okay, great. That's wonderful. Thank you so much. It's good to see you, Toastmaster Yatika. How about Toastmaster Kesa Baraj Sampat Kumar? Are you there? Oh, by the way, I'm calling those people whose cameras are turned off. So if you don't want me to call you, better turn your camera on. Is Toastmaster Kesa Baraj Sampat here? Okay. Okay, I can see him unmuting himself. I think he's shy. I'll call you later. Okay, I think oh, he's driving. How are you, Toastmaster Kesavaraj? K7. Okay, he's good. I think it's not visible for him to speak at the moment. You know, fellow Toastmasters, for sure, some of you here is outside Qatar, just like distinguished Toastmaster Vicky. Some of you are still at work, or they're still on their way to home. Or maybe some of you just got home from work. You know, the reason why I asked some people these questions is that look at us, look at that. Different places, different situations, but one thing is in common. Fellow Toastmasters, I'm seeing your faces and you are all here. You chose to be here. And that says a lot. Because despite the busy schedules and long days, by the way, I'm actually at my workplace. So, see, despite the busy schedules and long days, you've made time for growth. And that's exactly what this moment is about. So, fellow Toastmasters, without further ado, welcome to Ignite Brilliance Educational Session 2. where even the busiest people prove that brilliance is worth showing up for. Thank you so much for those reactions. Now, for the benefit of our time, I'd now proceed to our guest speaker or guest trainer. Our guest trainer for tonight, I really can't help but smile just knowing that she's gonna be the guest trainer for tonight. I admire her so much. She's one of the reasons why I joined Toastmasters, and I strive at least to be better in speaking and leading. So this trainer of ours is an award-winning corporate trainer and communication coach who empowers adults and teens to rise with confidence, clarity, and cultural intelligence. A four-time distinguished Toastmaster, wow, and recipient of Toastmasters International's prestigious 2022 President's Citation Award. She leads with both vision and heart. She has served as past district director overseeing 7 countries: Oman, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar, the UAE, Jordan, and Lebanon, and as region advisor for West and South Africa, the Middle East, Europe, the UK, and Ireland. Her leadership extends deeply into grassroots growth. She has been president of at least 8 Toastmasters Club. Imagine 8 Toastmasters Clubs, and personally founded most of them, creating platforms where voices once hesitant now resound with confidence. Through her powerful training, mentorship, and advocacy, she champions the belief that every voice matters and every dream deserves a plan. She isn't just building speakers or leaders. She's building change makers who leave an impact across borders and generations. So let us all welcome one of my idols, my mentors, distinguished Toastmaster Maria Victoria Vicky Ferrer.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my dear, because yeah, she's one of my best mentees, and look how much she has, developed and progressed. So thank you for that wonderful introduction. Thank you for your warm welcome. Thank you for your hearts. I really love it. I'd like to acknowledge, of course, one of my favorite Toastmasters, Lina Nair, who I have worked with, one of my partners in crime. In one of the clubs, and I welcome all of you. Thank you again for taking your time to attend this wonderful training, because I wanted to share my stories. I'm sure most of you, if not all of you, have already heard about Moments of Truth. Area directors were supposed to, present it, and I understand. Probably this is the reason why we only have about 22 attendees, because we heard about that. Oh my God, club quality. Oh, every year we hear about 4 or 5 times kinds of training, and this is going to be another training. Well, I'd like to say it's not going to be one of those trainings, because I will be sharing my stories. I've been in the Toastmasters since 1999. And the reason why I am still with Toastmasters until today is because one never stops learning. And I was telling Kazaya, you're so young. There's so much in front of you. There's so much ahead of you. There's so much future in you. And you have to do something about it. You cannot just keep attending meetings and not even learn. Because at the end, you don't wait for leaders to tell you, hey, Vicky, do this, do that. You have to convince yourself to be open-minded, to be able to develop yourself. You have all the tools. And the reason why there are some VP education here, I admire them. Thank you, VP Education Prasant. And I see somebody else who's a VP Education President. These are the people who want to learn. These are the people who says, I want to make my club the best club. And that is why I am here. You see, sometimes we judge. We judge and we say, oh, I don't like the face of that trainer. Or oh, I've heard Vicky before. I've been here for a long time. But hey, are you sure that I'm going to be talking about the same topics every time I'm invited? Of course not. And so we are here. Let's all learn from each other. You're not only going to learn from me, but I am also going to learn from you. So let me give you my history. I started the first all women's club in Jordan in 1999. And it was an all women's club. We wanted to gather women and, make sure that, hey, let's choose diversity. So what we did was invite the wives of ambassadors in Jordan to join us. So we had Egyptian, we had Russian, we had different nationalities. And we also invited the wives of the ministers of Jordan. Why did we say that? It was not because we were discriminating. Oh, we want the high level people. It was not that, but because they had the circle of influence. And because of the circle of influence, we were able to invite more women. So, what did we do to attract all these members? Let's talk about having a warm and welcoming atmosphere. What we would do, we had like a welcoming committee by the door. Especially the president, the vice president members. We welcomed them. We shook hands with them. We hugged them because it was like an all women thing. And they felt like they were walking on the red carpet. And this was the feeling why we had at the time 60 to 70 members. We made them feel welcome. We brought them to, it's like you welcoming somebody to your home. How do you do it when you welcome somebody to your home? Do you say, I'm going to sit in my dining room and let them come in and let them take a seat? We don't do that, right? Division A, Nivedita. We, Vice President Education, Natika, thank you for coming. So we don't do that. We welcome them with all our hearts and we welcome them to our home. The club is our home. And so what I used to do as years go by in my leadership journey, when I was the district director, you know what I would do? I will not sit in front. They say, oh, sit in front. You're the district director. You're a very important person. No, I'm not a very important person. I'm a person who prefers to sit with the guests. Why? In case guests had questions, I was there to tell them the answer. And you know what happens? When the guest sits with me, I'm able to convince them to be a member of the club because the guest feels, wow, I feel so important. This district director, this Filipina district director is sitting beside me and answering my questions. So that was my motive of building relationships in a club. And whether you're at work, whether you're at home, whether you're a homemaker, for me, the most important thing is building relationship. And how do you build relationships? You provide supportive and welcoming atmosphere. And that is one of the hacks that I have. Be supportive and be welcoming. What's wrong if you had a bad day at work? Don't bring it to the club because people feel it. And so this is a change for me. Every time I'd come from work and I go to Toastmaster, it's so energizing. How many of you, raise your hands, feel that after attending a Toastmasters club, you feel re-energized? Raise your hand. Because if you don't raise your hand, thank you to our host, Gridhar. Because if you don't raise your hand, that means you are in the wrong club. DTM Namrata is laughing because, we both belong to Doha Toastmasters Club. It's the first club I actually joined in Qatar. There were only two clubs at that time, Doha Toastmasters and Qatar Toastmasters. I decided I was going to join Doha Toastmasters. Oh my God. The first time I came in, by the way, there were about 90% men and very few women. I was a bit, coming from an all women's Toastmasters club in Jordan, I moved to Qatar with my husband. I said, oh my God, they're all men. And I was married to a Jordanian. He passed away. May his soul rest in peace. I used to bring my son because my husband would say, oh, bring your son. It's okay. You can go attend the Doha Toastmasters meeting. They allowed me to bring my son. My son was only 12 years old at that time. They said, okay, because, we want you to come, Vicky. Bring your son. Isn't that a supportive and welcoming atmosphere? I brought my son. He would go play Game Boy while I was doing my roles. And guess what? My son became a DTM years after. Why? He was absorbing all the things that was going on while playing Game Boy. And this was so memorable for me. And the story goes on later, I'll tell you. But how do you feel when you are treated as a VIP? So this is something that's very important to keep your member retention. People are worrying and wondering, oh, we had 30 members last, 6 months ago. Why do we have only 8 members? Do you ever take a chance to call that missing member and say, hey, is there something going on? Is there something I can help you with? Is there something that is there a reason why you are not becoming a member of the club? Because we used to do that in Jordan. We had like a tree, we call it a tree, and each person was responsible for calling 3 people and finding out how they are, especially when they miss meetings. I would assume that we don't do that anymore because we're busy. But there is nothing such as being busy when you want your home to have the whole family inside your home. Let's put it that way. So yeah, it's very important. The first hack is supportive and welcoming atmosphere. Actually, I prepared a slide, but you know what? Since this is a small group, let's make it intimate and let me just share the stories, and I could pass on the slide later on to our Division ATLI chairperson, Namrata, and you can have that set of slides. As I said, always be in touch with the members because that's part of building relationship. And you know what? This is something you were going to pass on to your office because your attitude, even in your office, will change when you start changing your character. People say, oh, Vicky, I'm sorry, I'm an introvert. I don't really like, talking to people. I remember if you know past region advisor Sundaresan Rajaswar. He was at that time he was an auditor, accountant, whatever, CPA. He was an introvert. And he said, oh, I cannot do this, I cannot do this. But he ended up as a humorous speaker. Why? He worked on himself. He realized that being an introvert will not work. You can be both introvert and extrovert, but use being an extrovert if you want to progress in your life, in your personal life and your business life. So far, so clear? Yeah, give me a thumbs up. Let's move on to openness and innovation. How many of you have heard, Keziah? Oh, we cannot listen to your suggestions, recommendations. We've been doing this for the last 10 years. And we don't want to do something new because in the handbook of Toastmasters, it says 1, 2, 3. Who said that? I even checked with Daniel Rex because Daniel Rex is my friend. Hey, Dan, is it true that we just have to follow the manual down to the letters? He said, who said that? I said, people saying, Vicky, we're here to innovate. We're here to make the members feel happy in the atmosphere. go and innovate. As long as it is within the guidelines of Toastmasters, do it. So when people start saying, oh, we've heard that before, do you want to live in the 21st century or not? Or do you want to live in the time when Ralph Smedley just created the Toastmasters Club? Come on. Ralph Smedley will not be happy because he will say, hey, Vicky, you don't even know how to innovate. How can you make this organization bigger if you don't even want to attract the Gen Z generation? What about the millennials? Because the Gen Z and millennials will say, oh, it's not cool. It's not on fire. FOMO, so what? It's not something for us. Why, if we check the demographics of District 116, okay, except Kazaya, I suppose, how many young generations do we have? And we still have that problem because we're not cool. We're saying we did this 10 years back, 20 years back, and we still want to do it. We don't want to be innovative, but we have to. Times are changing. We have AI. Do you know that you can deliver speeches with AI? You can answer questions with AI. Everything is now AI. But we have to be creative and we have to be open to innovation. So what did we do to attract the millennials? My son, Hossam Ali, he said, Mom, why don't we create the Global Improv and Storytelling Club? I said, what is it all about? Mom, it's improvisation. So what do we do in improvisation? The Toastmasters improvises his role. Speakers improvises within the Toastmaster standards, evaluators and all that. So we did that. It was fun. We were able to attract young people in District 116. So what we did was also something like the best worst speaker. Right? Because how does it help best worst speaker? Do you know it's more difficult to deliver a speech that is a bad speech? But this is making the speakers think twice on how to create or deliver a creative speech. At that time, our district director was Tayalan. Okay? He was saying, what? What's going on? Because he's supposed to be a hot dog owner, and Hossam told him, sir, you're going to be the hot dog owner, and you're going to start talking about this. And he was saying, what's going? But he accepted and he was laughing. At the end, the best worst speech we all had fun. We had the best devaluator speech. Devaluator, it's not evaluator. We had fun. Come on. We come from work and we go to a Toastmasters meeting. Don't we need some entertainment? Why do you people watch TikTok? Why do you people watch YouTube? Because you want to be entertained. You want to have fun. You want to laugh. And that's what we do. Sometimes in your Toastmasters theme, laugh. Talk about humor and laugh together. Even if it's not funny, laugh. Because laughter is the best medicine. And this goes to the third hack, which is member engagement. Because of you having fun with the members keep coming back and saying, hey, Vice President Education Yatika, I like your themes. I have a suggestion. Maybe it's a millennial who's coming to your Gen Z. Why don't we do this? So Toastmaster Yatika says, she doesn't say, oh, we did it 10 years back and we're going to do the same because that person will quit. So you be open and give them that engagement. Welcome it. Okay, let's all sit down. Let's sit down with the ExCom. Let's hear your view. Let's hear what you have to say. And let's all grow together. Because I am a baby boomer, okay? And I still like to be with young people. When I get invited for coffee or dinner, I ask, how old are the invitees? And they will say, oh, they're 60s, 70s. I would love to be with them, but I prefer to be with the young people. And they would say, why? I want to understand their language. I want to understand how they communicate, and I want to know what are their needs. We have a problem because we don't train young people. Correct? And I would suggest Division A in the future, do something for the youth. Kazaya, I think you had that one of the youth leadership program, because they are our future leaders and communicators. We have a gap. We keep training our adults, but we don't encourage our youth. What they do here in the US is they let those who are 16 years old or 17 years old attend the meetings, although they are not yet official members. Once they reach 18, they become members. But guess what? They have already absorbed and learned so much that they become one of the best members in your club, and they bring in more young people. So member engagement and growth is really important. Let's think about you building your own business. Let's put it that way. Your club is your business. Even if you're 7 excom, this is your business. How do you want the clients to keep coming? So this is one reason why I think it's really very important. Members they're your inventory. They are the people who would be able to help you get more members. And so you build quality members, you build members who are willing to grow, you engage with members, and they will be happy. They will not leave you. Instead, they will pull in friends. Hey, I love this club. Come and join me. I'm having fun. You know, at the time when depression, I don't get depressed anymore. I remember when my husband, dear husband, passed away 16 years back. Okay, I was in Jordan. You know what happened? I attended all the Toastmasters clubs that I could attend in Jordan for me to get over my depression. I was sad, I was depressed, I was crying, but I said, I have a life for my children, for me and my children. So that was my therapy. How many of you think that sometimes Toastmasters is your therapy? You don't need to go to a shrink, because Toastmasters makes you feel that this is Vicky. I'm not the wife of Muhammad Mustafa. I'm not the mother of Hossam Ali. I am me. This is my voice, and I am here to grow. Yeah, give me a thumbs up or heart if you all agree with it. Thank you. And what about, my dears, effective meeting practices and mentoring? So how interesting are your meetings? Why can't you come up and you can even ask AI, hey, AI, what theme, exciting theme can I be able to use for my club meeting where I want to inject humor? You know what? AI will give you 10 answers. How many of you have used AI? Chat GPT? Kazaya, you're smiling. You are. Okay, Division A director. Use AI, use ChatGPT, because it is being very helpful. And you can even specify, okay, my club is in the Middle East, in Doha, Qatar, and this is the demographic. What do you think would make them interested to come to our club with a certain theme that could be fun, entertaining, and yet educational? Be specific with AI. They will give you the answer. And so, what else? I mean, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 2 years ago, we didn't have AI, but everything is now, in a silver platter, and all we have to do is just ask ChatGPT. They will give you the answers, and it's up to you to choose what do you think is the best theme. In Jordan, what we used to do is we, in 1 year or 6 months time, we have already themes that we agree with the members. We ask the members what kind of theme would they want to be included in the club. And so everybody has a say on the theme of the meeting. And that helps because then the members say, oh, they acknowledged, I'm going to be the Toastmaster of the day. Anyway, that's my theme. Give a chance to people, even to new people, right? To be a Toastmaster of the day. Give a chance to the newest member to do something and encourage them. Mentoring. Do you know that we used to rehearse? Who would believe that we used to rehearse few days or a day before the meeting, especially in global improv, because they had assigned roles that were quite unusual. So we would have like a 30-minute rehearsal. And we had fun during the rehearsal. But hey, that was part of mentoring. People who were new felt that they were being guided. It's not like, okay, you're the timer, do whatever you want. But if you're a new member, what do I do? So we had one time a timer, very creative. She put it was an in-person meeting, put all watches on her left and right arms and different alarm clocks on her table. Isn't that creative? And then she came up with a quote about time. And I could never forget that woman because she was being creative. So let's use our creativity and come up with exciting, fun meetings rather than the old style meetings. Okay, you want to talk about leadership, fine, but get a fantastic title. Why do you think these TikTokers, these Instagram creators, Facebook make money? Okay, you don't want to make money, but they come up with brilliant, brilliant titles. You get excited, you get curious. Oh my God, what's this title all about? I want to attend a meeting. Let me see if I can get some ideas. Right? I saw that somebody from Division H is attending. I don't know if he's still there, but somebody from Division H is attending our meeting. That's amazing because there is nothing wrong if it's a Division A training that somebody from other divisions are also attending. That is camaraderie. That is being united with people. After all, this is not about division. This is about Toastmasters. We all have one goal. Our goal is to be good in public speaking and leadership. And so that is something that we all want to aspire for. Let's have this new mindset, this new page in our division, area, club. Let's be open to all these hacks that I'm talking about because this is what makes your business. Your business at this point is your club. How do you engage them? How will they be able to talk about your club and say, oh my God, North Star, the best club I've ever attended because it's fun. I learned so much. And you know what? Their mentoring is amazing. They don't leave me alone. Or maybe you have young members or new members who are already brilliant. Give them a chance to shine. And the more they shine, the more they will be attending your club meetings and contributing positively. And finally, yeah, it says, Yatika, I use it in our next open house. Yeah, good idea. And finally, do you recognize and celebrate? I've seen clubs who even recognizes first icebreaker speech by Toastmaster Muhammad Imran. Wow, just an icebreaker, but he has posted that, wow, I feel so important because, I did my icebreaker speech. It wasn't easy because I'm an introvert, but I did it. And guess what? They even made a flyer for me. Isn't it something that we all want to feel important in our life? How many of you don't want to feel important? Raise your hand. Right? So we all want to feel important. But as us, as leaders, we want our team members to be feeling more important. Let them go ahead of you. Let them stand before you. Let them move forward. And we push them gently until the time that they have reached their peak. And that is the time when they will mentor. It will be their time to mentor. Well, I remembered I had 5 mentors. So one mentor was for my speech, one mentor was for my role playing, one mentor was for a specific speech, humorous. I would go, even if I had a one assigned mentor, I'd go to different mentors whom I feel are good and who could give me nuggets of wisdom. Why not? And then after my speech, aside from my evaluator, I would approach the people that I really respect and say, hey, what do you think of my speech? Oh no, Vicky, you should have done this, you should have done that. I remember Manoj Megchani, one of the pioneers in Toastmasters Club, and I was supposed to give my first humorous speech. And I was saying, I'm a Filipina, and most of them are in the Indian community. I wonder if they will laugh at my joke. So what did I do? I started going to each of the tables and say, hey, is it okay if you laugh even if it's not funny? They were already laughing because I was requesting that even if it's not funny, can you please laugh? And so I stood up and started telling my joke. And guess what? Lo and behold, they were laughing. At the end of the speech, I was waiting for my evaluator. And my evaluator came and said, Vicky, that was funny. You were humorous. I couldn't believe because you look so serious and you look so pensive. But you made us laugh. The only thing that I could say, and next time do it. And I said, oh my God, what is that? Wear your Jordanian thobe. Because I was talking about my Jordanian experience with my husband and the Joe. Wear your Jordanian thobe. I said, oh my God, this guy is good. As an evaluator, do not ever say, I don't have anything because you're so good. As a good evaluator, you will find 1, 2, 3 points for improvement. Otherwise, if you say that speaker is good, no one is good. Everybody, even the best speaker of the world, has always room for improvement. So with that, we always recognize, we always celebrate, we are always happy for our fellow members when they have this celebration. Maybe he got the best employee of the year award from his work. Why don't you also congratulate him? If you cannot congratulate him in the group, president, vice president, excom, congratulate him privately and make him feel good. I don't like people who only contact me when they need me. After 2 years, they say, hey, Vicky, how are you? I miss you. I said, okay, what do you need? Because, oh, Vicky, can you vote for me? Okay, this is not building relationship. Building relationship is having them in your circle of influence forever and ever. Amen. And I have Toastmasters friends from the time I started in 1999 until today, knowing their family, knowing their children who have already gotten married and all, because I have built an extended family. So, dear fellow Toastmasters, count it as your own, you're the club, and nurture it. How do you nurture a pet? How do you nurture a plant? How do you nurture your children? How do you nurture your family? Do it, and I'm sure you will all succeed. And I think my time is enough. I've spoken too much, but there's so much to talk about it. And thank you for listening to me. I really thoroughly enjoyed sharing my stories because I think stories are important in giving examples of how we could have a fantastic, igniting brilliance in a club environment. So with that, I would like to proceed to the question and answer, and thank you for the hearts.
Ma'am, it's still green light. You can have 2 more minutes.
Oh, okay. Thank you. It's still green light. Wow, I didn't see the timer. So maybe the timer can pin herself. Oh, okay, Carmi, thank you for your generosity. 2 minutes. Anyway, I would like to ask some of you, what was the highlight of your term when you were once upon a time probably president or vice president? Was there any transformational story that you can talk about? I will give you 30 seconds. Anyone, raise your hand. Share with us. Share with us your moments of transformation. So if no one shares with me, then that means we really needed this training. Okay, Lina, I'll keep picking on you because you especially came to this meeting with your blue outstanding shirt. So Lina, what is your transformational journey that you can share with us?
Yeah, from the day I joined Toastmasters, it was a transformation for me. But I would specifically talk about last year. Last year, I served as VP also. Even this year, I'm serving as VP. That is a role that really transformed me. I've taken roles of president as well as secretary, but VPE role especially is very challenging. Why challenging? Because it's not that members are not ready to give the speech. They are willing to give the speech, they are ready to complete their project, but that particular moment, they are not ready with the speech. They want to give the speech, but they are not ready with the speech. That is the difference. Now, as a VP education, what I enjoyed the most is motivating them, helping them to prepare the speech. That is the motivation that I was able to give. Sometimes in the beginning, I thought, how will I ever motivate somebody? It's so difficult, I used to feel. Because motivating my children was, whoa, it's a human, beyond measure. I can never motivate my children. I was thinking, if I become a VP education, how am I going to motivate my club members to give their speeches? But as the time goes by, I found it is quite easy. Just talk, be really friendly with them, and they get motivated. They'll write a speech, they'll present a speech. That's
amazing.
That's
amazing. And what is the background of that? What is the root of that? Building relationships. Building relationship and making them feel that they trust you, and whatever you say, you're there to support them. I think that's very important. Because
that's
if you
connection is there.
Right. Thank you. Thank you. We still have the yellow light. Anyone else who would like to share their story?
Yeah, I would like to share.
Who wants to share their story? No one?
I think Maru, Toastmaster Maru is raising her hand.
Okay. I think we've had the red, red flag already, or red time. So thank you so much again for that 2 minutes generosity. Now let's have the question and answer. VPPR Champa will moderate it. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you so much. It was really an inspiring moment to hear from you for the very first time, DTM Vicky Ferrer. Thank you for inspiring all of us. And while we are going through the entire session, some questions that I have received, it is like, is it okay to adopt club members who are missed in order to make them come back? Can we do something in the club to welcome them back? Can we do some kind of a program or maybe one of the meetings where we can welcome them in a special way? Is it possible? Because normally our themes are there, and on the basis of the themes, we do the meetings. So specifically keeping this in mind, to make our existing members more welcoming, can we do some activity or can we put some programs?
We used to do that, like, okay, in the all women's club, we used to do the International Women's Day, and each one will bring a dish, or for the family, you don't have to create a meeting, probably a meeting with a potluck. And usually guests or some members would really love to go for potluck. They feel like it's socialization. So do that. And they will come, believe me. Say, hey, we're having a small party and we would love to welcome you. Come and join, and you can bring your family, bring your wife, bring your children. Let those spouses also come so that they know that this is a great environment. Spouses get to know each other's spouses and they become friendly, and the children and all. Believe me, it becomes an extended family. And this is what we used to do in the Toastmasters. And we enjoy it. So once a year, twice a year, you can, and then probably included that some recognition. Oh, we are recognizing our past member who has now willing to join us. He has paid his membership fee. Let's all give him a big round of applause. And this guy, oh, it's a good thing I'm going back to this club. I feel important. There are many, many ways that you can do it. Toastmaster Shampa and my dear fellow Toastmasters, many ways, invite them back. I hope I answered your question. Thank you. Thank you.
Shampa, you are muted.
Oh, sorry. This is the second question coming in from VPE Yatika. She says, how to build a two-way relationship when it's a short-term tenure and so many tasks and TAT.
Can you repeat the question, please?
The question is how to build a two-way relationship when it's a short-term tenure and so many tasks and TAT.
Mm-hmm. Okay. First of all, we have to change our mindset. We're here to serve the community. It's a nonprofit organization, and we're here. For me, I learned, I was selfish, I was learning so many things. And then when it was time to be generous, I started giving out. And this is, you don't look at it as a short term. It's long term, because one of these days you will meet the same person who will help you in turn to support you. And this is what I felt. I always felt that even if I know you only for 6 months, I know that I know you because there's always a reason behind that. I always say in my mind, there's a reason why I'm meeting Toastmaster Giridhar. So I always say, hey, if you need me, even if you're not in my club anymore, you can always come to me. I can always, mentor you. And it happened that those two people who did not join the club came back to the club because they said, Vicky, I couldn't find any other club that is so supportive except this club. So you never know what the future holds for you. Always be positive, always be friendly, always build relationship, because you never know how support will come to you, how blessings will come to you, because you are doing something that doesn't need money. You're doing it because you want to help people. So, yeah, over to you, Toastmaster Shampa.
Yeah, thank you so much for this beautiful answer. And I have two questions together coming in from our TLI chair, Namrata ma'am. What small or immediate change could we implement that within this week that will reflect one of our moves that we have done from this meeting?
Oh, I love that question. So, is it from those 5 hacks? Choose one that you think you could do immediately, right? For me, if I was given a chance, I will innovate. I love innovation. I'm an Aquarian. I don't know if you believe in horoscopes, but as an Aquarian, I don't like to follow the usual common route. I would rather choose something else that would attract attention. So do that. And please, please, if you cannot connect with me directly, connect with Toastmaster Namrata or Division A Director. Let them know how it changed the club meeting. I want to know. I want to know how you have created this change. Let's all, I have a YouTube channel called Change Makers. Let's all be change makers in this life of ours. So yeah, please let me know what happens. Thank you,
Okay.
Toastmaster Namrata, and yes, Toastmaster Shampa.
Thank you, ma'am. One more question she has. It is, how can we measure success for each move so we know that we are improving?
The success is not only by numbers, but by quality. Ask, we have the membership survey. How many of us go to that survey and ask the members what they need, what they feel they're lacking? I think we've really overlooked the membership interest. Yeah, I remember membership interest survey. Go to that. If you want to shorten it, go ahead and shorten it because maybe the other questions are not relevant anymore. But please go for it. Ask each member, and they feel like, don't make it too long because they're all busy, but try to shorten it. The important question, ask them and check from each member what they have to say. And this is very important for the XCOM because that way you could measure how you could improve and also membership engagement. The measurement is if you were 20 members and all of a sudden there are 8 members, that's dangerous. That's what you call red flag, correct? So keep measuring, keep always monitor. When you have your business, don't you every day say, oh, how many cupcakes did I sell? Oh my God, today I lost from my, I just, had the, I didn't have profit. So what happened? So you start assessing. No, it is the same with the club. It's your business. And so you measure. You say, how effective is social media for our club meeting? I remember that we used to do interviews in our clubs and post them. Okay, we as an area director, Toastmaster Kasaya, I created a club play, all right, with the Toastmasters and my area, Toastmasters in Heaven. And guess what? People watched. And guess who was the narrator? Ramohan Rai. Guess who was a Ralph Smedley? Ralph Smedley, we had a British guy who was a member of my club, Philcom Toastmasters Club. And there was Eleanor Roosevelt, there was Mahatma Gandhi, and they were all talking in heaven about how powerful Toastmasters is. And there were a lot of people who attended. And I was able to innovate. They say, oh my God, Vicky's coming up with a play. What kind of play? But they liked it because there was a message that Toastmasters is forever in our lives. Okay, Mohammed Imran, he showed his face because that means he was interested in the Toastmasters in Heaven play. Maybe you never know. Maybe he will come up with such a play. Short play, 45 minutes, but it stayed in the members' minds, and it was entertainment. It was a learning session. It was an innovation. And I don't think after that, there was never anyone anymore who created the play except me. So, yeah, innovate. That's it. Yeah. So, Toastmaster Shampa.
Ma'am, thank you so much for this beautiful answer again. And I'm sure we are all very much energized, and we have got the inspiration from all the answers also from you. And these were the questions that has come up so far with me. Thank you for answering to each of them. And I'm sure everyone has been benefiting out of it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Really enjoyed it. And thank you, Toastmaster Namrata, for inviting me, and Toastmaster Nevadita for warmly welcoming me. I think the red flag is on. Over to you.
Okay, I think that's signal for me getting the virtual stage back. Thank you once again, my mentor, my idol, distinguished Toastmaster Vicky Ferrer. Can give her some heart reactions, some thumbs up, please. Thank you so much. I think all of you will agree if I say that when distinguished Toastmaster Vicky Ferrer presents something, you really can't help but listen and at the same time, more than that, smile and enjoy. Did you all have fun? All right, perfect. Now, before we proceed to the next part of the program, since for me, I myself, I really learned a lot. I really enjoyed the training, the short training. Let us just, remember that we already learned this. We learned the techniques. We learned the ways that we can engage more and connect more with our members. Let us remind ourselves that learning that is not applied is like a book left unopened. So distinguished Toastmaster Vicky really gave us something valuable. And as we dive through the session, let's just not learn, but of course, leave it, use it, and make it count. So once again, thank you so much, DTM Vicky. And now for the next part of our program, the releasing of the Division A newsletter, may I call on our peer manager. And to introduce her, she is an engineer by profession and an artist by passion. Wow. She has an art page on Instagram by the handle at Paintings by Shweta. Okay, can we all take a moment to like her page or after the session at least? And she is a member of Visual Artists Forum Qatar. She's an avid Toastmaster and she believes in the process of continuous learning and evolving. So let us all welcome the division's PR manager, Shweta Patil. The visual stage is now yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kezia, to distinguished Toastmaster Vicky Ferrer, fellow Toastmasters and guests, a very good evening. It gives me great pleasure to launch edition 1 of Division A newsletter, Aspire. The name Aspire reflects our shared spirit to dream, to grow, and to rise higher together as leaders and communicators. In this first issue, you will find expert articles, featured special meetings, and inspiring achievements from across Division A. A heartfelt thank you to all the members who contributed in this newsletter with their articles, stories, and achievements. This newsletter is not just a publication, it is a mirror of our collective passion, dedication, and the spirit of learning. I invite you all to read it, share it, and most importantly, get inspired by the journeys within. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll share the screen now as I'm delighted to present to you Aspire Division A newsletter. Is my screen visible?
No, not yet.
Uh,
Wait.
yes, I
It's
think now.
starting. It's starting. Wait. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I will be sharing the link. I will be publishing our newsletter across on our Facebook page and in all the WhatsApp groups. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much, our PR manager, Shweta Patil. I am lost for words. That was so amazing. And I'd like to personally thank her and commend her because she's very much persevering. She's been messaging me quite a few times. Thank you so much for your patience. That was very lovely. Aren't you all proud, fellow Toastmasters? Can you give her a heart reacts, please? Amazing, you did well. I actually also into arts, and that was amazing. That was fantastic. Thank you so much for all the efforts and the dedication. PR manager, you really made Division A proud. Thank you. Now let's move on to the next part of the program. Quickly, the next part would be leading the torch of learning and handing over for the voice of gratitude. And for this, may I call on our chorus one and only TLI chair, who began her career with the Life Insurance Corporation of India and later worked at Birla Public School, Qatar, before choosing homemaking while pursuing her passions. A Toastmaster since 2018, she has served as president of Doha Toastmasters, vice president membership of Marathi Toastmasters, and counselor of Birla Gavel Club. She has earned the prestigious Distinguished Toastmaster title and, as a contestant, has advanced to the division level. Wow. A passionate artist, she continues to express her creativity through painting and competitions. I bet many Toastmasters from Division A are very much creative, right? So, let us all welcome distinguished Toastmaster Namrata Taude. The virtual stage is now yours.
Thank you, Area 3 Director Kezia. It was a lovely, amazing session by you, and thank you for a lovely introduction as well. So, as you know, I am a Division A TLI chair accidentally created for this term, but I'm happy that I could make it. And my first presenter definitely was my distinguished Toastmaster, lovely lady who I met as an Area 3 Director, and really it was an amazing thing being with her. Many things I learned. There were many things those days I remember being met, not in person but on Zoom. But once, yes, we had met, but unfortunately I was in India, where she had been invited when she was in Qatar to our club. But definitely it was my bad luck that I was not here in Qatar those days. But still, I really feel from my heart whenever I remember you from my heart. And that's the reason this was my first presenting, because you are on my first list. The name was you, Vicky Ferrer, and none other. That was on my list. So I talked with Division A Director, our Nivedita Ketkar. Then she said, yes, please go ahead. And that's how we all managed to do it. Numbers definitely not a matter, but your presentation today, I think many must have enjoyed. Is it not? All of you raise your hands if I'm not wrong. Thank you so much. Lovely lady, our distinguished Toastmaster, Vicky Ferrer. So thank you. Sorry. And I want everyone to show with emojis your feeling just for a second, and that makes the difference. Thank you. That's fantastic. The Toastmasters Learning Institute, that is TLI, is where we grow together. We learn how to guide our clubs. It's for our clubs specifically, our presidents and our members of our club who would take advantage of this lovely, lovely session. And we build the courage to speak with confidence and lead, where TLI comes into action. So, not taking much time on this theme of our session, Ignite Brilliance, can anyone here tell me who here believes you already have that spark inside you after listening to that 5 moves that matter the most? Everyone? Yes, thank you so much.
So exactly, brilliance isn't just one spark, it's a chain of reaction. So every one of you is a part of that chain. The skill that you pick up tonight will brighten your clubs and inspire others to shine too. That's what I take away. So thank you for bringing your spark to this TLI session. And now let's give this energy going on to the next presenter, that is our voice of gratitude. Over to you, dear. Over to our Toastmaster Yatika Tripathi.
Good evening, everyone. As it is rightly said, and Area 3 Director mentioned, let's implement what you have learned. So I would start with respected baby boomer. Thank you for that lovely training from all the Gen X, a Gen Z by face and a Gen Z by heart. Thank you so much for that wonderful session, which left with all the 5 acts ignited in brilliance in a Gen Z heart, which is me. I'm a quick learner and I'm definitely a quick implementer. So I would definitely come up with something which I have learned today for all the excellence. Thank you, respected baby boomer Vicky Ferrer. Thank you so much.
I think so. With
I
that,
hand over to, with that, I hand over to our ever smiling division director, Nivedita. She smiles and she manages to smile always like this. This is something which is very infectious for me. Thank you. And over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yatika. You know what? First, let me thank, extend my heartfelt thanks to DTM Vicky ma'am for this session, which has, she has showed us a way. Now it is up to on us to follow that and achieve what we want for our clubs, for our members. So on behalf of all of us who have attended and learned, thank you so much, Vicky ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your time and your expertise with us. I have myself been writing down so many points for me to remember. So, okay, I said, okay, I will try this sometimes. I'll try this in this scenario. So I have a big list now. And as we said now, let's implement that and see how it works. And I'm sure it will work. Now, on behalf of all of us, let me share a token of gratitude. So I will share a certificate for you on behalf of Division A. Just 1 minute, I'll share my screen. Namrata, are you sharing?
yes, actually, I was sharing.
Good, good. Please share the certificate. This is from Division A. A heartfelt thank you to Vicky ma'am. Thank you, thank you. We definitely, this is just the beginning. We have started learning from you now. And we hope to see you here in person in Qatar, so that for many more learnings. not only in this year, but for many more years. Let's see you soon in Qatar. And now, to add to this, someone who made this training possible is our TLI chair, TTM Namrata, who suggested your name, and we immediately agreed upon your name as a trainer and the topic, which we knew that we are surely going to learn something. So thanks to Namrata for suggesting this training and the trainer as well. So thank you, our TLI chair. Yes, and today's meeting cannot be, I need to appreciate one more person who has done a great job with our Division A newsletter, which is our Division A PR manager, Toastmaster Shweta Patel, for an amazing newsletter. She has been so proactive. Since I was a club president, I have always wanted my club to have a newsletter, then my area to have a newsletter, now again my division to have a newsletter. And this journey was, it kept on becoming easier, I think, as I moved ahead. And with Shweta, she's been so proactive, and she said, Nivedita, can we have our newsletter? Let's start preparing. So amazing. So I really appreciate her commitment and her creativity as the editor of this newsletter. Shweta, we look forward to the future editions of our newsletters. And I would like to request all our members of Division A, please send in your articles and everything, what you want it, when you want, whatever you want to be featured in our newsletter. And for the next newsletter, I'm sure we are going to have some innovative meeting photographs and some write-ups. So I'm sure all the clubs will, try and do something innovative, and we will feature it in the coming newsletters. And of course, we will share the copy with Vicky ma'am, so that she knows that, yes, we have been, implementing what we learned. So to all the members, remember for the next newsletter edition. Now, as a Division A director, I'm so proud of all the role players who have taken up these roles for our training session. So all the role players, thank you very much. A very, very well done job. Very well done. Thank you so much. Our timer, our host, Zoom host, everyone, our MC. So all of you, thank you so much. Please continue taking up newer roles and learn on the way. Thank you. And of course, to our members for whom this training was meant to be. So thank you all members of Division A and District 116 in general, those who could take their time out to come and attend this session. Thank you so much. This training would be on our Division A YouTube channel. So those who missed the training can definitely go through it on the YouTube channel. Shweta, our PR manager, will be putting it there on the YouTube Division A YouTube channel, and make sure you share this information with your club members so they don't miss this training. Yes. So now we all know all these 5 moves which Vicky ma'am has said, and we will make sure that we implement that, and all the clubs here will rock it, and we will all have some enhanced quality in our club meetings, so that membership retention does not become a challenge, but it becomes an easy thing to do. So let's target to have good quality meetings, so the membership retention happens and we don't have to struggle for that, and we attract newer members to join us. So all the clubs keep shining bright in District 116 and beyond. And our district director always says her hashtag is happy learning, achieve excellence. So let's do our best to achieve success. Thank you all for joining once again. And with that, let me adjourn this meeting, special training meeting, session 2 of Ignite Brilliance Educational Series. I declare the meeting closed. Thank you all.
Thank you.